Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into the nitty-gritty, a deep dive into how your body actually handles the fats you eat. We're going to unpack these fascinating things called chylomicrons and enzyme lipoprotein lipase, LPL, and, maybe surprisingly, the role of insulin. We're drawing on some great explanations from the Metabolism Made Easy YouTube channel here. And you should really pay attention because this link between, diet, hormones, and fat handling, it's pretty fundamental.
It really is. What's fascinating, I think, is just how elegantly it all works together, the choreography almost.
Yeah.
Understanding this is absolutely key to knowing what actually happens to fat after you've eaten it.
Okay, so it's not like fat just goes straight into our system then. What's the first step? How does the body transport it?
You're spot on. It's much smarter than that. Right in your intestinal lining, your body builds these special packages. They're called chylomicrons. Think of them like custom delivery trucks just for dietary fat.
Delivery trucks, okay. What are they made of?
Mostly your main dietary fat, triacylglycerol, but also things like cholesterol, phospholipids, stuff to give them structure. And importantly, they have this protein tag, ApoB48. It's like a unique ID.
An ID tag.
Yeah, it guides them first into your lymph system, and then eventually they make their way into your bloodstream.
Okay, so these fat packages, the chylomicrons, are now in the blood. What's next? Where do they go? Who's waiting?
That's where our next key player comes in. Lipoprotein lipase, LPL. This enzyme, it's positioned right there on the lining of your blood vessels, like an unloading crew, maybe?
An unloading crew, I like that.
Okay.
So what does LTL do?
It gets to work on those chylomicrons. It breaks down the triacylglycerols inside them, releasing fatty acids. And those fatty acids are then, right there, available for nearby tissues, for energy or for storage.
Storage being the key word when we talk about excess fat, right?
Exactly. A lot of times, especially with extra dietary fat, those fatty acids head straight to your adipose tissue, your fat tissue, for storage.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, connecting to hormones. This LPL activity, it's not just always on, is it? Insulin plays a role.
A huge role. It's profoundly influenced by insulin. When your insulin levels go up after a meal, particularly a carb-rich one, insulin actually boosts LPL. It upregulates it.
Upregulates, meaning?
Meaning your body makes more LPL enzyme and the existing enzyme becomes more active. It's like insulin shouts, okay, time to process that fat. This surge in LPL is really critical for pulling those fats out of the chylomicrons circulating in your blood. Clears them out efficiently.
Okay, so insulin helps clear the fat from the blood after a meal by activating LPL.
Precisely. And thinking bigger picture, metabolically speaking, this is super significant. Because if LPL activity decreases for whatever reason, you can end up with hypertriglyceridemia.
Hypertriglyceridemia. Too much fat in the blood.
Exactly. Too many triglycerides, the fat from food circulating. It's a type of dyslipidemia, an unhealthy fat profile. And you see this very often linked with insulin resistance, where the body isn't listening to insulin properly. So it connects back. If insulin is not working well, LPL might not get boosted enough and fats stay in the blood longer.
You got it. It highlights that it's not just the fat you eat. It's how your body, especially guided by insulin, actually processes that fat. That really determines where it ends up.
Right. So, quick recap. Fats travel in chylomicrons, LPL breaks them down, insulin cranks up LPL activity after meals to handle the fat load. And if LPL isn't working well, often tied to insulin resistance, you can get high triglycerides, this dyslipidemia. Yeah. It really challenges that simple eating fat makes you fat idea, doesn't it? It's more about the body's response.
It absolutely does, which leads to, well, maybe a final thought for you, the listener. Considering insulin has such a direct, powerful effect on processing dietary fat, think about this. How might your own body's insulin sensitivity be influencing how you handle the fats from your food? What could that personally mean for your metabolic health journey? Something to ponder.